three-week holiday event continues.
I'm ready for it. Spin the wheel. One more. Who's it going to be? Tom, you know a lot of trivia.
Absolutely nothing.
That explains a lot.
We've invited everyone who either won the show or nearly won the show. It's the best of the best versus the best.
Later, Jimmy Fallon welcomes Adam Sandler. NBC Tonight.
On our broadcast tonight, countdown to the Rose Parade. We'll hear from a member of the Northwoods Band with a worldly perspective. Plus, Governor Evers declared an energy emergency today. We'll hear how he hopes to avoid a lack of fuel for the upcoming cold stretch. And a Wisconsin professor from Ukraine shares her perspective on her president's U.S. visit. Your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan and Conrad Sapinski.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Dan Hagan. The big day for 400-some students in northern Wisconsin is approaching fast. In less than a week, members of the Northwoods Marching Band will board their flight to Pasadena for the Tournament of Roses. News Watch 12's Matt Weaver met a performer with an international background and has more.
Just a real sparkle in the program.
In less than a week, 400-some local students will be traveling across the country to perform at the Rose Parade. But one student is making an even further journey.
I said, would you like to be in band? And she said, absolutely. With that then led to, we're going to Pasadena. Would you like to join us? And sure enough, she said, yes, I'd love to go.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I don't think you need to ask that.
For Spaniard Marina Cabrera Rojas, coming to a new country was culture shock enough.
In Spain, we don't have school bands, so I'm not used to play with so many people. I just had private lessons, so that was difficult for me.
And picking up the beat is no easy feat when you don't play with others often.
When I came here, it was so difficult because I have to be concentrated the entire time.
Conductors and classmates alike immediately appreciated the effort she put into learning it all, despite the language barrier.
I can't imagine what it would be like to go to another country, join a school that I don't know anybody, a program I've never been in before, and to do such great things as Marina has done. She has really come to the top of her class and her instrument.
At first, I was so scared of speaking English that they wouldn't understand me, but they just don't care if I make mistakes or anything. They're just like, don't worry, you speak better English than I do.
For this fifth-year clarinetist, she's looking forward to participating in the New Year's tradition.
Just coming here is such a great experience, and then like getting to travel all across the country and getting to know so many people from different schools. I enjoy it so much.
In northern Wisconsin, Matt Weaver, News Watch 12.
Conrad, it's so cold outside. I was out like hours ago and I still feel cold.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, but at least it's going to be a white Christmas, but Mother Nature's coming in with a twist. Yep, it's going to be a white Christmas, but it's going to be very windy, very cold, and lots of snow outside. We still have some winter storm warnings in the area all across the state. Look at all these colors. It looks like a Christmas tree. That's because there's some winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings just to the west of us, and same thing to the north. Michigan and Minnesota is also in on some blizzard warnings until the morning hours on Saturday. We have some cloud cover right now. A couple of flurries are lingering in the area, but take a look just to the east. All this snow that we had earlier this morning and into the early parts of the day, that's finally starting to move out of the area. Now the low pressure system is hovering pretty much in Michigan. Taking a wider look. Look how well developed the system is, all the way from the East Coast all the way to Michigan. So lots of snowfall, wind blowing it all around, cold temperatures as that cold front continues to push east. Visibilities are around 10 miles here in town, but they're going to really start to get reduced by the morning hours and then by tomorrow. So if you have any plans, last-minute Christmas shopping, be careful and bundle up out there as our temperatures are hovering well below zero right now, and that's going to continue into the overnight hours. Dan?
Congress is one step closer to averting a government shutdown. Today, the Senate voted to pass a $1.7 trillion government spending bill. The legislation would fund operations across federal agencies, provide natural disaster relief, and give emergency aid to Ukraine. The bill includes more than $250 million for Wisconsin projects, including PFAS management and child care. The bill now heads to the House for a vote. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers declared an energy emergency in the state due to winter storm impacting fuel deliveries. The governor's office says the dangerously cold temperatures and blizzard conditions in parts of the state have and will continue to make deliveries of liquid fuel for home heating by rail, truck, and barge difficult. The state is also bracing for possible power outages due to strong winds that could leave people without heat as temperatures drop below zero. The governor's order helps streamline energy delivery in the state. A tanker overturned last night on Highway 2 west of Hurley. Here's some pictures of the scene from the Ashland Fire Department who responded. Very little fuel was spilled from the tanker, and a private contractor pumped the fuel from the overturned vehicle. The accident happened around 5 p.m. in Saxon. Winter weather can pose a fall hazard for older adults, but the Aging and Disability Resource Center is providing tips and activities to stay healthy and active. The ADRC in Oneida County helps improve the quality of life for older adults and people with disabilities. They provide support to people to remain strong and as independent as possible.
55 and older is probably 45%, and 65 and older in Oneida County is 25%, and Vilas County is closer to 35%.
As you heard, a lot of retirees come to Oneida and Vilas counties. Older adults can enroll in the ADRC programs that help strengthen muscles and bones, which can help improve balance and overall fitness. The agency also looks to connect people through support groups, social gatherings, and directing volunteers to people who may be homebound.
The state attorneys from the area, we get a funeral director, we usually have a financial manager come and talk, and then we have a social worker from hospice come and talk about those advance directives.
Those are some of the programs offered at the ADRC. To sign up for a program or to volunteer, check out the ADRC website. Nicolet College is set to launch its Winter Learning in Retirement classes. The program is an opportunity for older adults to stay stimulated and active. Classes include a discussion on nonfiction books, a travel log about Guatemala, learning about black bears, and how to use smartphones better. Currently, about 200 members from throughout the Northwoods belong to LIR. Annual memberships are $45. For a full list of classes, visit nicoletcollege.edu/LIR. A group of families in northern Wisconsin are continuing on a holiday tradition of handing out gifts to families who regularly wouldn't be able to receive them. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski tells their story.
My children and I at the holiday table came up with this. The kids were talking about the kids that maybe didn't get the things that they wanted. So this really did happen and come about with a conversation with children.
A group of more than 75 families in northern Wisconsin are giving a helping hand to others this Christmas by providing gifts which they would regularly not be able to receive. It's called Operation Santa.
Recognizing working families that maybe need a hand up during the holidays.
Pam Carroll, who leads the group of elves, says that it's all about bringing holiday cheer, especially when times are tough.
There's a lot of people out there, especially with inflation going as high as it's been, that they're choosing to eat or heat their homes, and they're working and trying to make ends meet.
The year-round effort brings clubs, organizations, businesses, and of course families together to collect donations, reach out to those receiving, and then deliver the presents.
We get lists from their family needs, whatever the kids may want, and we have had it all from a basketball to a Lamborghini on lists. We try to keep it to a want, a need, a read, and a wear.
And while they can't always bring sports cars, there is one gift they can always deliver upon.
You need a little kindness.
Reporting in Arborvita, Kyle Pazorski, Newswatch 12.
Information on contacting Operation Santa can be found on our website. Researchers are working on a much more effective flu vaccine for next year. We'll have that story. Plus, a Rhinelander small business will be expanding in the spring. Both of those after weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on recliners, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Slumberland Furniture.
Here's your Newswatch 12 Snowmobile Trail Report, brought to you by your local Northern Wisconsin and Upper Peninsula Ski-Doo dealers.
See your local Northern Wisconsin and UP Ski-Doo dealers.
Look! It's easy to say things. Anyone can do that.
Look closer.
Meaning what you say, that's a little harder. And a little harder to find. But at U.S. Cellular, when we say you get unlimited data for $29.99 per line, we don't mean only if you get 4 lines. We mean $29.99 per line, even 1. Plus, every plan is price protected for every customer.
Up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of merchandise must go. Lowest prices around on mattresses, rugs, bar stools, sectionals, accent chairs, and more at Slumberland Furniture.
And welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday night, but a very chilly one outside, a winter wonderland as well. So all the kids dreaming about a white Christmas, you got it. But Mother Nature is coming in with a twist. Not only is it snow outside, but it's going to get cold and very windy and very, very shortly. Right now, we do have some cloudy skies. Most of the heavier snow is just to the east. Right now, it's pretty much hovering closer to Lake Michigan, and same thing going into the state of Michigan right now. Overall for us, though, we're going to have some flurries and lighter snow showers into tomorrow, and then same thing into the first half of the day on Saturday as this low-pressure system continues to strengthen, as it continues to move north and east, and it will really get strong. It's actually going to start to be a bomb cyclone, which means that it's really going to get strong in a short period of time. Winds are going to significantly start to increase overnight, and then throughout the day tomorrow, look at all of these advisories. Mother Nature knows Christmas is around the corner, and she's making it look like a winter wonderland outside, like Christmas tree lightings all across the state. Even Florida is in on some cold advisories as that cold front really sweeps through the whole country. Here in Wisconsin, though, we still have some winter storm warnings in the area. That's going to last until the morning hours on Saturday. And look at all these places in orange. Those are blizzard warnings. That means visibility will be 1/4 mile or less for over 3 hours. And that it doesn't even have to be snowing for a blizzard warning to be in the area. So that's going to be really the hassle of traveling. I know tomorrow's Friday, right before Christmas Eve. We want nice weather. We want sunshine, but nope, not this time around. Snow showers will be lingering tomorrow and then throughout the day on Saturday. Mostly in the UP, though. They're going to get a lot more snow with that lake effect snow machine really starting to crank up. The wind starting to intensify and blowing out of the north and east. So that's the recipe for a lot of snowfall with those warmer waters, cold temperatures in the area. Right now, we do have a visibility at around 10 miles here in town, but just to the east, some places have visibilities near 0 or 1 mile. So it is starting to get very windy all across the state tomorrow. Visibilities are going to be close to only a couple miles in most locations, as all that light, fluffy snow we had just yesterday night into today, around 5 to 6 inches, that's going to be blowing around. So get ready for some snow drifts, folks. Right now, winds are at around 13 miles an hour, gusting close to 25. So a little combination of cold temperatures, feeling extra cold. Tomorrow, it's really going to start to sink in. Wind gusts will be closer to 40 to 45 miles per hour all throughout the day and then into the first half of the day on Saturday as that low pressure system finally starts to move out of the area. But look what happens on the back end of that. Look at the sharp cold front. I haven't seen a cold front this sharp and this intense in a very, very long time. Look how sharp it is all the way down even to Mexico. Temperatures are well below freezing. Let me tell you, Denver, Colorado actually had a drop of 37 degrees in 1 hour, and that was yesterday. That's how sharp this cold front is. So get ready. It's going to be cold. It's very cold right now. Temperatures at around 8 degrees below zero. Wind chills is feeling close to 30 degrees below zero. Our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show some snow lingering into Saturday. Cold temperatures sticking around. Look at Christmas Day, though. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures still on the colder end and in the single digits. Dan?
Researchers say they're developing a universal flu vaccine. It comes as this year's flu season hit earlier and harder than usual. A universal vaccine is designed to protect against all strains of the flu virus. Current vaccines protect against only 4 strains, even though there are about 20 strains in total. Researchers say the vaccine needs further testing, but they hope to have it up and running next year. Some Lincoln County snowmobile trails will be opening up on Friday. Most of Zone 1 in the northern part of the county will open, with just some portions of Trail 86, Corridor 19, and Corridor 17 remaining closed. Zones 2, 3, and 4 will remain closed until a future date. Go to the Lincoln County website for details. Oneida and Vilas counties are also opening their trails tomorrow. A Rhinelander small business servicing outdoor recreation vehicles is expanding. Mike Baker started Precision Power Sports 7 years ago. He said in a video to customers he had about 300 customers the first year, but now he fixes at least 1,000 machines every year. The new space will be 6 times the current space at Chippewa Drive. He'll also be adding 2 employees. Baker thanked the community and other local businesses for supporting him and each other. Most sports were canceled tonight, but the crowd was packed for a basketball game in Park Falls. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Saul Meyer will join us to tell us if it was Shawamigan or Hurley that came out on top.
Menke Automotive is your new neighbor in central Wisconsin. So now you've got a friend in the auto business. Menke Automotive prides ourselves on having happy employees because happy employees make for happy customers. When you need a new Buick, GMC, or Mazda, expert service, precision body work, or just a hot cup of coffee, come in and get to know us at Menke Automotive at the old Fred Miller location on Grand Avenue in Schofield. Menke Automotive, your new neighbors in central Wisconsin.
Bruce Orthodontics wishes you warmest thoughts and best wishes for a wonderful holiday and a very happy new year.
Precision Body and Frame encourages everyone to remember the reason for the season. Have a very Merry Christmas and a new year filled with peace and happiness from Precision Body and Frame.
Wisconsin Rapids Area Convention and Visitors Bureau wishes you and your loved ones a very happy holiday season and a prosperous new year.
Here is your Newswatch 12 Ski and Board Report, brought to you by Ski Rule.
Save big on all Metabo power tools and accessories now at Menards. Metabo offers a huge selection of products such as nailers, saws, drills, drivers, bits, and more. Now you can tackle the toughest jobs with a powerful 18-volt cordless impact driver. This driver provides innovative solutions, keeping your job site more productive than ever. That's why Metabo is the choice of pros. Save big on Metabo now at Menards. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
Season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Coming up on News Watch 12 today, we'll have all your local news, weather, and sports.
And some weather coming in as well. Some snow and blowing snow at times. Travel will be tricky. More when you tune in on your Friday from 5 to 7 a.m.
There were a ton of games that were canceled tonight because of the weather, but guess what? Not all of them were canceled. Schwamigan hosted Hurley today in a non-conference matchup for boys basketball, looking to get back in the win column after dropping a close one in Prentice on Tuesday. Let's see if the Screaming Eagles were able to do it. Now, I know this was the only game of the night, but if it wasn't, it would still have been the loudest one, too. Here in the first half, Schwamigan came out firing. Dawson Heisler dishes it down low to Isaiah Dietz, who goes backdoor to Jonathan Wartgow for the bucket plus the foul. Here's Dietz again. He finished with 32 points, but let's talk about his passing. He drives baseline before finding a wide-open Corbin Phelps, who drains the three ball. But this game was tight. Hurley stayed in it the whole way with a big three ball like this one from Jack Cottle. But in the end, it was Schwamigan who came out on top, winning a close one, 64-61, to improve to 3-5 on the year. Yesterday was a busy day for the Wisconsin Badgers. It was early signing day. Signing day is a very important time of the year for 2023 prospects from across the country to make things official by putting the pen to paper. They signed 14 Badgers and a quarterback from the transfer portal, specifically my alma mater, OU, in Nick Evers. Speaking of transferring quarterbacks, former Badgers QB Graham Mertz announced his intent to transfer to Florida, making it official on his Instagram yesterday. But this was an especially exciting day because it was an opportunity for new head coach Luke Fickell to put a stamp on this roster.
We'll hone in a little bit more on that 350-mile radius and then the areas which we feel like we're going to know people the best, so we can figure out the best things that we got to offer and the guys that we're going to be able to recruit.
Coach Fickell went on to speak about bringing guys from his previous school, Cincinnati.
We got to make sure we know what fits to what is that we want to do. We know their skill sets as far as a football player, but we also got to be, really intelligent and wise and to say, hey, let's put guys into situations where they can be successful.
The new Badgers will have a chance to get a glimpse of their future team when Wisconsin takes on Oklahoma State in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. The Milwaukee Bucks headed to Cleveland to take on the Cavs last night, and the Bucks played well, but unfortunately fell to the Cavs 114-106. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 45 points for that game, a new season high for the Greek Freak. However, the Cavs did not slow down at any point, going up by more than 20 at one point. Giannis Antetokounmpo spoke about what went wrong.
He wasn't executing well. He was taking the ball. There was a lot of shots that we usually make that we wasn't able to make then. At the end of the day, obviously, we had the bad first half that put us behind for the whole game, and we were chasing the whole game.
Even though the Bucks lost that game, Giannis saw a couple of things his team did well.
They were playing good. They were making shots. They were getting in the paint, shooting floaters. They was rebounding the ball. They made a couple threes. They removed the ball. They were playing good, so we had a couple chances to get back in the game, but we didn't. We didn't take advantage of it.
The Bucks will be back in action when they travel to Brooklyn to take on KD, Kyrie, and the Nets. We'll be right back after the break.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mills. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mills Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
Moments of life are special, and suffering from diabetes should not get in the way. US Med's mission is to find ways to make your diabetes more manageable and more comfortable. You deserve to enjoy life without the constant reminder of living with diabetes. If you monitor with 4 or more tests per day, inject insulin 3 or more times per day, or use an insulin pump, you may qualify to receive a continuous glucose monitor, the latest in diabetes technology. A continuous glucose monitor provides blood sugar readings without uncomfortable finger sticks and alerts you real time to potentially harmful spikes in your blood sugar levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare in over 500 private insurance companies. If you're a caretaker for someone who suffers from diabetes or have diabetes yourself and meet these conditions, please call our diabetic specialist now to see if you qualify for your continuous glucose monitor.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Let's go Christmas shopping at Mills. Find trusted outdoor brands for this season's activities. Get outside and spend time doing the sports you love. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, or ice fishing. Or enjoy casual sport clothing for all occasions. Mills Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark.
Snow, rain, ice, wind, and frigid temperatures are disrupting air travel plans across the country. Airlines canceled more than 2,400 flights today and proactively canceled more than 2,200 flights for Friday. Delays were even more numerous, with more than 9,300 today. The impacts are being felt hardest in Chicago and Denver, where around a quarter of arrivals and departures, hundreds of flights at each airport, were canceled. Heating bills are burning a bigger hole in American wallets. The National Energy Assistance Directors Association says the average cost of keeping a home warm this winter is about $1,200. That's a 17% increase from last year. Analysts say surging prices for natural gas and electricity are the main factors. A professor from Wisconsin has ties to Ukraine. In fact, she's from there. With the Ukrainian president visiting the United States, she had a reaction to his visit.
As Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky heads back home today after his historic address to Congress, one local Ukrainian professor thinks his visit could help bring an end to his country's war with Russia.
But I do hope it will start a new stage of the last part before victory.
Oksana Kutsanivska was born and raised in Ukraine, but was forced to flee the country with her family shortly after Russia invaded in February.
I didn't like the influence of sleeping in the basement on my kids. I didn't want my kids to be the children of the war.
She now teaches several classes on Ukrainian history and literature at UW Oshkosh. For her, the standout part of Zelensky's visit was his plea for American Patriot missile systems. Kutsanivska explains that these weapons are considered crucial to protecting damaged Ukrainian infrastructure and keeping Ukrainian families safe from Russian attacks.
And he said that it would be much easier for Ukrainian soldiers to fight on the battlefield if they know that their families are safe. And for that, we need Patriots.
For Dr. Jordan Karsten, who chairs the anthropology department at UWO and helped Oksana and her family come to America, Zelensky's speech showed the importance of continuing to fund Ukraine's increasingly expensive fight for survival.
As Zelensky himself said in his speech, it's not charity that we're giving them, it's an investment for the future of the world.
In Oshkosh, Seth Humanik, NBC 26.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up. This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles, lock in your rate, and you're protected. I'm proud of you, kid. And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% APR financing for 66 months.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction. Then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-898-6703. That's 1-800-898-6703 or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-898-6703. Call now.
For our regular viewers of Newswatch 12 at 10, you will know that our friend Saul did not invest in a windshield scraper, but he didn't have to, apparently. Tell us the story.
Well, our great friend Woody in Master Control came up to me after the show and he goes, Saul, you don't have an ice scraper, do you? And I said, no, I don't. I'm probably going to go buy one. It would have been today. And he was like, no, I got an extra one. So he gave me this one and I'm grateful. And then I got home. And, I got home, I live in, an apartment complex, has a garage, and I'm seeing just these ice scrapers leaned up against my garage. And I got a kick out of it. I really did. It was a good story.
I'm glad it's your early Christmas present, Soul, right? Welcome to the Northwoods. It's a winter wonderland outside.
Oh, yes, it is.
Are you ready for the cold, though?
I drove to Schwamigan and back today. There's no way it can get worse, right?
Get ready. Take a look outside, though. It is cold, and we are getting even colder, Soul, so your dreams are not coming true. It's going to get very cold, 8 degrees below zero right now. Winds are going to continue to increase. Look at that feels like temperature, 29 degrees below zero right now. So unexposed skin, that's the temperature you feel. 10 minutes outside of, you will get frostbite, so be careful out there, folks. As winds continue to increase, that feels like temperature will continue to go down. Our 7-day outlook does show a couple of flurries on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, though, sunshine, but it's going to be cold.
And I know you won't want to clear off your windshield, Saul, but if it's cold, you still got to, okay?
Do it, yeah.
He's ready. Thanks for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10.
At Batteries Plus, we do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
When they're sick, they get comfortable anywhere and spread germs everywhere. Wherever they rest, protection. Nothing kills more viruses, including the COVID-19 virus, on more surfaces than Lysol disinfectant spray. Lysol, what it takes to protect.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on TV consoles, recliners, bar stools, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Get the deal of a lifetime on clearance, one-of-a-kinds, scratch and dents, and more. Stores are packed with merchandise that must go. Up to 80% off at the huge inventory reduction sale on now at Slumberland Furniture.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CR-V, a rugged passport, or a dynamic pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's a red carpet affair this New Year's Eve. At Ho-Chunk Gaming in Wittenberg, dress to impress. There will be party favors, complimentary food from the Mint, a free photo booth, and live music from Video Star. Plus, hot seat drawings, barrel drawings for $1,000 cash. Then at midnight, a grand prize drawing for a Ford Explorer and $2,000 cash. Plus, another cash giveaway at 1 a.m. Earn entries throughout December to win big on New Year's Eve.